What is up, YouTube? Kalebread here, bringing you a brand new video. Today, I am reviewing The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson. This review will have two parts, one that is spoiler-free, and one that gets more into the nitty-gritty detail of the book. The book focuses on two English teenagers who both have secrets they don't want getting out. Over the course of the book, they get closer and deal with the struggles of their teenagehood together. One thing that I really love about this book is that while the book does have romantic relationships in it, they're not the focus of the book. No, the heart of the story really is the friendships, both new and existing. The book also explores gender struggles, general teenage issues, and familial issues. There are some hard scenes in the book, particularly a memory of one of the main characters that may be triggering, but overall the book is definitely a bit more feel-good than that. The story focuses on David, a very closeted trans girl who is struggling with fitting in at school and within her own family, as well as Leo, who is clearly running from his past and harboring secrets he's uncomfortable telling anyone. Over the course of the book, they get a lot closer, and eventually Leo's secret gets out, and it's hard. I will definitely outline the hard scenes in my spoiler review. I will say that a whole chapter is a flashback of Leo's that is hard to read, and David gets bullied pretty severely in an early on chapter. But she's rescued by Leo. The story has issues, especially one of the big twists, which I'll go over in more detail in my spoiler review. It just feels like a big slap to the face, especially since the book is written by a cis woman. Not to say that trans stories should only be written by trans people, but cis people need to be more careful to not write trans characters into hurtful stereotypes. Other than that, the book feels rushed and kind of not a whole lot happened. It felt like it was missing something. The beginning of the book, a whole lot didn't happen, and then the last third or quarter of the book, everything happened all at once. Overall, I give the book a 3.5 out of 5. Now, for a more in-depth breakdown of the book. The author used Leo's trans identity as a shocking reveal. First, to the girl that he had been dating when she was trying to initiate physical intimacy with Leo, and Leo was understandably anxious because he hadn't had the conversation with her yet, which results in him not only being bullied and treated as a freak, but there is a point where he's treated as a pervert or a predator because of it. Like he was just a lesbian who was trying to get it in with a straight girl. In the defense of Alicia, the girl that Leo was dating, she wasn't the one who spread the news of Leo being trans. And she made peace with him in the end of the book. Later on in the story, his identity is used as a shocking reveal again when Leo meets his dad for the first time. And he's like, "Hey, remember me? I'm your child, dead name. Though now I go by Leo because I'm a boy." And the man does not respond well. To be fair, we find out Leo's dad is generally a dick, so maybe it's less Leo being trans and more not wanting to see one of the children that he abandoned. But he called Leo a freak, which says that the reveal at least affected him. The reveal of Leo's trans identity is also used as a way for he and David to bond, and that I'm pretty okay with. It helps David realize that she's not alone, plus she goes on the trip to see Leo's dad and uses it as an opportunity to dress as herself for the first time outside of her house. But the fact is, a trans person's identity shouldn't be used as some sort of shocking bomb to drop. The idea that our identity is some sort of twist or trap or some sort of gotcha is a really hurtful stereotype that needs to stop being used. And the fact that the author, Lisa Williamson, used it in this book would have made me rate the book way lower if it wasn't for the inclusion of David realizing she was trans and trying to come out of the closet, or David's friendship with Leo. I'm also glad that David manages to actually come out as trans to her parents. We learn her name is Kate, and her parents are actually supportive. If her parents hadn't been supportive, that would have been another thing that would have caused me to take points away for the rating. Well, that is a reality for a lot of trans people. It's not the only reality, despite the fact that that's the one that's predominantly portrayed. Something else that is predominantly portrayed that is also in this book is a trans person being assaulted once it's figured out that they're trans. Mentioned earlier in my review, it's a flashback of what happened in February, something that in the book Leo consistently thinks about, but he doesn't really specify until Kate kind of worms her way into his heart. The chapter is written in italicized font, so if it's not something you want to read, it's at least easily skipped over. I'd say that this book is definitely worth a read, at least. Not the best book I've ever read, and certainly not the worst. This does bring me to something else that I want to talk about, though. Once I review all of the LGBTQ plus books and movies that I've already read and seen, I have a handful of them that I will be doing. I want to start doing a book club sort of thing. The first video I do a month, I'll announce the book that I'm going to read, and then at the end of that month, I'll post my review of it. I also run a Discord server that is specifically for trans folks and allies, so I was thinking I could also make a channel there for the discussion of the book over that month. I will actually provide a link to my Discord server in the box below if you want to join. Currently it's a little quiet, but I definitely want to get it to be more active again. But that is my review of The Art of Being Normal, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!